Hey guys, I am back with another DIY, as you can see from the title. Now, I'm sure you've seen these shirts everywhere lately. Celebrities have been wearing them, your friends have been wearing them, and to get a really good one, you may pay anywhere from $70 to about $200. But there is a way to get this look at a fraction of the cost, and I'm going to show you how. The shirt that you see in this picture right here is going to be the first shirt that I show you how to do. And all of the shirts that I am using, I got at the thrift store. And I paid $1. Yes, that's right, guys, $1. This shirt I chose because I just loved what it said. It said last night was mad real, and she has an Advil on her tongue. I just thought this was so funny. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by spreading it out on the table. And I'm going to distress it around the collar. I'm going to cut that line right under the collar, and I'm going to cut all the way back to the shoulder because I want this part to kind of hang. And for this particular shirt, I want to give it a ripped off the shoulder look. So after I finish cutting around the collar, I'm going to then take a larger pair of scissors and I'm going to cut a bigger hole, basically in a U shape, to try to give it that off the shoulder look. So like I said, I did get these shirts from the thrift store, and because I wanted to get that oversized look, I actually found all of my shirts in the men's section, and they have some great shirts in the men's section. I actually ended up buying about 10 different types of shirts because I have other DIYs that I may want to do in the future, so I got a few extra, and since they were $1, I mean, come on, you can't really beat that. After I finish cutting the hole, I'm going to go ahead and stretch it, and then I'm going to stretch the neckline as well because I really wanted to have that distressed baggy look to it. The shirt should look very worn. I want this shirt to look like it's seen some things. I'm going to take some bleach that I put in an old Windex bottle, and I'm going to use the stream feature first, which basically shoots it out in a straight shot. And then after I put it in the desired design down the back of the shirt, I'm going to turn it to the spray feature, and then I'm going to spray all over just to kind of give it different textures and different looks when it comes to where and how it's bleached. And my favorite part is how you can gradually see the design coming to life. This is my favorite part about bleaching things. After I'm done with the front and the back, sidebar, look at how cool that design is. It's just sick. I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a hole at the bottom. I want the hole at the bottom to mimic the hole that I did around the neckline and the shoulder. So as soon as I finish cutting across, you can do however much across that you like. I preferred it to be, you know, as big as I'm making it, as you can see, but I went ahead and I stretched the hole after I got done cutting it. Now for the next part, I'm gonna take these smaller scissors and I'm gonna do kind of like the cat scratch method, where I'm gonna take the scissors and just drag it across the fabric. And what I did in this particular one is I actually poked holes and then drug the fabric, and that created this, like, look right here where you can see the holes, kind of looks like a Swiss cheese I guess you can say, and that is the pattern of how I wanted the holes to be. So I'm going to do another stretched hole around the sleeve, and then as soon as I finish doing that, I'm going to add more cat scratches and other distressed holes everywhere else on the shirt that I want them to be. And there you have it, shirt 1 is complete. I mean, of course you're going to want to wash this because there is bleach still in the fabric, so you want to wash out the bleach, and washing it will also distress it more. But that is all there is to it. The shirt probably cost me $4 to make as opposed to paying $70. Now, on to shirt number 2. This one is going to mimic the one that you saw in the intro with Hailey Baldwin. Now you will need few extra materials for this one, but I am starting out with a thrifted shirt. And to get that straight V across the front, I'm going to use the edge of a binder. You can use a ruler or any other straight hard surface that you have available, but for me this is just what I had, so this is what I used. I'm going to try to get this V as symmetrical as possible, so you're going to have to use your own discretion. If you can measure it or however you feel like you're going to get that perfect V, do that. But as soon as I get my V down, I'm going to take my tiny scissors and I'm going to use the sharp pointed edge to kind of get in there, because I want to get as close to this line as humanly possible to make it very, very straight. And I'm going to also cut around the collar when I am done. Again, you want to get as close to this collar as possible, but I am in this particular design going to leave the collar attached just so I can get the look that was in the intro picture. Now I'm going to pre-measure with my grommet lining. You can get this at any craft store. I actually happen to get mine at Joann's, and I'm going to go down the line. For this particular design, I want the grommet to go into a V at the bottom, so that's how I'm going to cut it. They do sell a few different types. They sell one that has holes going all the way down, but for this design, when I saw this one, I thought it was really cool because it's a hole every other one, and then there is a triangular stud, or I'm sorry, not triangular, a diamond shaped stud in between. So I just really love the design of this. I thought it was super cool, so that's why I went for this one. But as you can see, I did the tips so it measured into a perfect V, and I overlapped the holes. This glue is E6000. It's the best glue to use on fabric. Very, very inexpensive. It's like probably $5 and you get this huge tube. I'm going to go down the lining as close to the edges as possible, and then I'm going to lay down the grommet lining. You want to lay this down so that the holes are not covered by fabric. You want to put it on the edges because we are going to be lacing this up, and if you have fabric in the way, it will get a lot more difficult. So I'm going to glue it down on both sides, and then when I get to the bottom tip where I have the holes overlapping, I will add a little extra glue around there just to secure it and make sure it stays put. Now for this glue to reach its full bond strength, it does say that it needs to dry for 24 to 48 hours, and maximum bond strength is reached after 72 hours. So you are going to want to let this dry, preferably with something heavy on top of it. So I'm going to place the binder on top of it because it has a ton of papers in it, and I'm going to give it some time. While I am giving it some time, I do want to distress this army print a little bit more. It was a little bit too crisp for me, and I wanted to give it that faded look. So by adding some bleach using the spray feature all over the shirt, it's just going to fade it out in certain areas so that the fabric looks a little more worn. I did lace up the shirt off camera, but it was just like lacing up a shoelace. After you do that, you're done. That's shirt number 2, and that one was definitely not $100. For shirt number 3, I actually switched it up, and I wanted to do a bigger, deeper V in the back because I am a sucker for a backless shirt. This shirt, again, I got it from the thrift store, and this is a men's shirt. It's extra long, so I can actually wear this one as a t-shirt dress. The front is just a plain v-neck, and it is an American Apparel shirt, I believe, and the material is really, really thick, so it's not going to be see-through. I used the same method to get the triangle, making it as symmetrical as possible, and then I did cut really, really close around the back collar because, again, I am going to leave it attached. I am going to take the same grommet lining and I'm going to pre-measure it to kind of make sure that I have my lines right. And then for the bottom of this one, I didn't want it to go into a pointed V. I wanted it to actually go into a square. So that is what I did. When you're doing this, you definitely want to have something underneath the shirt, like a firmer surface or something, just to keep the two surfaces, the front and the back of the shirt, from touching, because you can accidentally glue them together if you're not careful. So I had something underneath just to make sure I didn't actually glue the front and the back of the shirt together. And repeating all the steps from the shirt before this, I just let it dry. I didn't lace up this particular shirt because I did like the concept of having the back completely open, but I did spray it with bleach, and because the color was so rich, it did take a lot longer to turn than some of the other ones, but That was pretty much all there was to it. I used the stream method, kind of gave it like a bleached leopard print feel, and that was it. Again, a super easy and super affordable way to recreate a celebrity look. I hope you guys found this video really helpful. If you do recreate any of these looks, please tag me because I do want to see them. All of my socials are down below. If you like these kinds of videos, give it a thumbs up and let me know. That way I can bring you more, and stay tuned, guys. I have so much more. I love you guys so much. Your sweet comments, they absolutely make my day. So from me to you, thank you so much for watching.